Hi everyone, it's Aneta Itzchak here. Thank you for joining me here for the slow and embodied living journey. Today I want to talk about slow and embodied living for women over 50. Um, why am I talking about this? Because that's the category that I fit into. I have celebrated my 51st birthday few weeks ago. And embracing the slower and more embodied way of living has been something that I've been working with or playing with over the last few years, and really coming back to it again and again and again. And there are many reasons for it. If you are a woman over 50, late 40s, 50s, I'm sure you know that our bodies are changing. Our bodies, there is no denying it. There is no denying it. If you are in a perimenopause or menopause stage, you know that your body is working in a different way. And it shows in different ways for each one of us. Some of us are experiencing a lot of symptoms of perimenopause and menopause. The hot flashes or the impact on the quality or the length of our sleep. Um, there might be some challenges around the weight and the digestion, and there might be some changes within our energy levels, within our focus or ability to be creative, certainly within our relationships, and within our values, what is important to us. So one of the things that I've talked about this before is, the word retirement or early retirement wasn't on my radar at all. I was just not interested in it. I wasn't thinking about it. And yet, within the last couple of years, it certainly started being really important. I started seeing it everywhere and started thinking about it and started thinking, oh, people are talking about early retirement. Before, I was very happy to just keep working, keep growing the training institute, keep working with clients, for many, many years, because I worked in social care full time and then I was working part time teaching yoga and doing coaching and doing Thai yoga massage and running day retreats and workshops, and then training certifications. I was happy to work 6 days a week. That was the norm. Some weeks, 7 days a week. That was okay. And now, over the last year and a half, it's certainly my body is not happy doing it. And there is a greater focus on just slowing down. I've been working with yoga and embodiment and somatics for a long time, for many, many years. And learning to listen to my body, what my body is saying. And my body and my whole being, my body and my soul are very clearly saying that my values have not necessarily changed, but shifted slightly. I know that, for example, I left my social care career 8.5 years ago. So in my early 40s, and I was still happy for a while to work 7 days a week all the time. And then I wasn't. And so I closed my yoga and wellness studio for that very reason, that I didn't have more freedom. I had less freedom than when I was working full time and teaching and coaching part time. And I made changes because of that. And now it feels like there is more refinement of those changes. So if you're a woman of a 50, late 40s, early 50s, mid 50s, you might be noticing how your body is responding differently to the same activities that you've been doing before. And yet there is maybe a big no from your body. Like one of the things that I'm noticing is I've always, done a lot of free offerings, free work, free this, free that, and now my body is saying no, no more. I don't want to do it. I don't want to work hard for very little return. I don't have capacity to do that. I have capacity only for certain amount of energy and presence that I can give to others, especially that I am highly sensitive and introverted woman. So if you are highly sensitive, if you are introverted, and you are a woman going through perimenopause, menopause, that will really impact of what your capacity is on the nervous system level, on your energy level, on your focus and presence level, and what you want to do. And so within the life seasons of women's cycle, going into early autumn, because that's what it is, late 40s, early 50s, usually. Some women experience it much earlier for many different reasons. This space of going into early autumn requires us to approach our self-care and the way that we approach everything within our life and our work in a slower way. And that's where the feminine embodiment comes in. It's really understanding what is it, how am I feeling within the system of my life? All of it, the inner stuff, relationships, work, commitments, health, and then making decisions from that space. Does it feel aligned? Does it feel like I could do it for another 10 or 10 years? If the answer is resounding no through the whole of your body, then something needs to change. And this time, this season of our life as women is a wonderful season. And I am embracing it really with a lot of gratitude and appreciation. For me, this is an opportunity to really let go of what no longer serves me. The old patterns, the old behaviors, the old commitments. And it allows me to say, no, I'm not going to do that. I want to lean more into my personal and business values. And I really want to focus more on what truly matters to me. What are my priorities at this season of my life? So that's where the slow and embodied living comes in. It's, for me, having slower mornings where I can do some journaling, where I can go for longer walk in nature with my dog Oscar, where I can take time to move my body and do some slow somatic movement and some yoga and some breath work, where I can really drop in and see what's going on for me. How do I need to take care of myself as I am moving through the day? And it's different on different days. I might have slept all right and have lots of very steady energy and, approach my to-do list and my work and my schedule really well. Or maybe I have woken up at 2 o'clock and I haven't slept for a couple of hours. Maybe I've been feeling anxious. Maybe something else is going on in my life or in my business that is impacting my mind. It's impacting my energy. It's impacting my sleep. In which case, I need to approach that day in a slightly different way, in a much slower way, in a way that really allows me to look after myself, honor my needs on that day, in that moment. I certainly am noticing that I cannot approach it the same way as I did 5 or 10 years ago. I need to approach it differently. But first, I really need to tune in and understand how I'm feeling that day and what it is that I need. One of the really beautiful things that come with being this age is this invitation of really allowing myself to slow down and to appreciate the moments with friends, the moments of eating lovely food, the moments of working on something and just focusing on working on that, the moments of having great conversations like I did with my friend when we went away for 4 days to Spain together. Just having 4 days of walking and talking and sitting, looking into the sea and being out all day and having some nice food and just not rushing, not using our phones, not doing any work, having complete digital detox that we had. And it was so amazing. I came back feeling so rejuvenated, so grounded, so present. It wasn't about running away to Bali. Like the mind might say, I'm so exhausted. I'm just struggling right now. I just want to run away from everything. It was just a few days of doing that. Another way that I love doing it is to take once a month, half a day or even whole day and just going either with Oscar or on my own and just allowing myself to stay away from the computer, stay away from working or thinking, in that more solution-focused way and allowing myself to dream for a longer time than just my morning walk or the weekend walk. Each one of us will do it differently, but one of the things that is really important here is this realization that if we are at the age of 50 or around that time, we are in the early autumn of our life. And yes, we could keep doing things the way that we've been doing, but there will be a price to pay. And that's certainly what I am seeing within my own experience and the experience of female clients that I've been working with. We can still do things. We can still grow our businesses. We can still do amazing, impactful work within our communities. We can still look after our homes, but we need to approach it in a slightly different way, in a way where self-care is no longer a right-sounding idea, in a way that we embody it. And that requires us to slow down. It requires us to prioritize connecting with ourselves and building relationship with ourselves from the space of self-compassion and kindness and curiosity. So if you're a woman over 50, my invitation to you today is to really reflect on how have you been living your life? Are you living in your life in a way where you prioritize slowing down, where you prioritize connecting with your feminine embodiment, with the opportunities and challenges of being in early autumn life season, where you are really listening to what's important to you? Or are you still living your life how you were living it 10 years ago? And how you are living your life, is it a sustainable way? A way that you be happy to live your life for the next 5 or 10 years or even 20 years? And if the answer is no, then my invitation to you is to take a little bit of time, remove yourself from your daily busyness, and really allow yourself to listen to your own embodied wisdom, to really acknowledge and honor the messages, the insights, the inner knowing that comes from your intuition, from your embodied wisdom, from your lived experience. And allow yourself then to act on that, knowing that there isn't a right or wrong way of living your life, but that there are only decisions and there are consequences to them. And that however you decide to live your life will have an impact, long-term impact on everything that you do and who you are. And one thing that I wanted to say before I finish today is do not use it as a big stick to take it out and bash yourself over the head and use it as yet another thing that proves how bad you are, how broken you are, how you're doing it all wrong. But bring that gentle kindness to that exploration, knowing and remembering that we are always doing our best, always doing our best. And our best is different on different days. And that whatever decisions you've made before, whatever coping strategies you've been using, whatever you've been doing before, made sense at that time. And it was important at that time for your survival. And now, today, you can make different decisions and different choices, and you can be kinder to yourself right here, right now, in this moment, and moving forward. Be gentle with yourself, like you would be gentle with a little furry animal that you are holding very gently because it's scared and it's little and it's vulnerable and it's fragile. Approach yourself and your inner exploration in exactly the same way. Be kind to yourself. And one last thing that I wanted to say, go out and whether it's in your home or outside, find some things today that help you appreciate beauty. Beauty of living, being alive as a 50 plus or 50-year-old woman, or a woman living, still alive, still able to make choices and decisions. Have a really good day. As always, let me know what you think, what came up for you, what resonated, and let's have a conversation about it. I look forward to hearing what comes up for you. Take care for now.